name is Professor Tanya O. Benson, and I'll be your instructor for this class. This class is PHE 540, and it is environmental health. For this chat, I'm going to be covering the first three modules. So what's environmental health? It's a branch of public health that focuses on the relationships between people and their environment, promotes human health and well-being, and fosters healthy and safe communities. Environmental health is a key part of any public health system. The first module will introduce you to the basic foundational information regarding environmental health and the application of environmental health within public health. This module will also ask you to begin thinking about a topic you want to investigate for a final project. There's a journal and a discussion board, which all of you have already completed. The discussion board is based on a textbook by Santella. And then the journal is speaking of specific chemical hazard, which everybody, I believe, has completed at this point. Again, specific chemical hazard needs to be more specific. Lead, mercury, atrazine, sodium hypochlorite, sulfur dioxide are examples. If you haven't completed yours and you want my advice, make sure you do specific chemical hazards. So air pollution, oil spills, petroleum, carcinogens, hurricanes aren't examples of specific hazards. Now for module 2, which begins basically this week, we'll introduce you to the tools you use to investigate environmental hazards. And so this module will explore the basic terminology and components of epidemiology and toxicology. You also have one opportunity to examine foundations of epidemiology and its role in environmental health investigation. This module has a discussion board and a letter assignment. A discussion board, you'll be reviewing an environmental health intervention and determining further monitoring measures and data collection methods. Please review any environmental health intervention that has been published in the past 10 years through a credible entity. Environmental health interventions can include ensuring safe drinking water, improving workplace sanitation and hygiene practices, vector control, reduction of air pollution, and ensuring food safety and poison control, as well as solid waste management and environmental noise reduction. So you're going to find out what your concern is, and you're going to identify a member of Congress in your home area, and you're going to type this letter to them individual. Module 3, assess how a particular policy helps to improve environmental health of population, discuss coalition building for conflict resolution, examine current literature, focus on environmental hazard, assess scientific values of the sources that can be selected. Upon completion of discussion board 3, you should be able to propose strategies to identify stakeholders and build coalitions and partnerships. Also, the textbook chapter 9 will be what discussion board 3 is focused on. There's 3 parts to the case study: policy evaluation, coalition building, and policy making. Discussion board 3, you'll analyze the case study in public health, as I said, from chapter 9. The case study was based on real public health initiatives, so your engagement and discussion will help you hone your work-related skills in public health practice. Answer the following questions: strategic stakeholders, 70 words. Given the scenario, how would you identify community stakeholders? 60 words, gaining community support. How would you gain community support? And then 70 words, conflict management and consensus building techniques. Also, strategies that a coalition may use to address environmental hazards, 100 words. Please make sure you include in-text citations. I didn't see some in-text citations in last week's journal, so make sure you do that. And post 2 peer responses. Plagiarism, if your simple rules is don't copy and paste from outside sources, don't use AI, because I have ways of determining if your work is legitimate or not legitimate, if it's plagiarized or not plagiarized. So, but however, if you're using if you took this class before, you're more than happy to use the same assignments you did, but just make sure you let me know ahead of time and put it on your cover page. So that way I don't give you a 0. APA formatting is what we use, 7th edition. Plagiarism, again, I keep saying it because it's something that I've seen on a recurrent basis. Make sure you paraphrase, make sure you cite, and make sure you use quotations as needed. And of course, make sure you have a reference page. Already what I said, copying and pasting. There's a good video here. You can watch it on plagiarism. And then there's more resources. Turnitin is one of the softwares that we use to determine if somebody's plagiarizing or not. Turnitin has something called Draft Coach, which can help you lower your Turnitin scores when you submit your work. And this is basically how you use Draft Coach. You go to office.com and you follow the instructions. This chat is being recorded, so you can always go back and listen to it and pause it as you need to. Milestone 1 is on human health risk assessment for a particular hazard. Let's discuss the template for this. So here we have it. This is just a sample example. You have your cover page, and then you have the worksheet. You're going to look at a specific hazard, talk about who it affects, how it affects them, look at social factors, environmental factors, political factors. In this case, this person picked lead, more specifically in Oregon. And you're going to go through each section and fill it out accordingly. And then there's an answer bibliography where you're supposed to get to resources and discuss those resources. So it's pretty cut and dry and pretty simple. And like I said, you can always go back and pause the presentation. If you need a copy of what your work should look like, you're more than welcome to email me and I can send you guys a copy of this sample. So that concludes our chats for this week, and for this first weeks, I should say. Join us for our next one. I will post the link in the announcement so you guys can see it for our next chat. Hopefully I'll see some of you there. Take care and have a good rest of your day.